Welcome to Bethlehem Institute of Engineering. Bethlehem Institute of Engineering is affiliated to Anna University, Chennai and approved by AICTE, New Delhi. This institution was established in the year 2008.
Good morning. Now we are going to see some concept about robotics. First we are going to see about what is mean the word robot. Okay, so the word robot comes from the Sikh word which means forced or slave laborer. Okay, and this term robot is coined by Karel Čapek in the year 1921. Okay, so the word robot, it comes from Sikh word which means forced or slave laborer, which is coined by Karel Čapek in 1921. Okay, so when we go for robot, we are having different definitions based upon Oxford Dictionary, then according to ISO, then according to Robot Institute, we are having different definitions of robot. Okay, so this organization is defining the robot as it is an automatic machine. It is an automatic machine and it is used to move parts, then it do the multifunctional task, it does the multifunctional task, etc. Okay, this organization defines the robot in different terms. Okay, the next we are going to see about robotics. So the term robotics, it is coined by Isaac Asimov in 1942. Okay, so here under robotics we are having different fundamentals just like physics, maths, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics, computer science. Okay, so all these concepts included in robotics. Okay, so if you want to become a robotics expert, we should know all about the concept of physics, maths, mechanical, electrical, electronics and CSE. Okay, and then 3 H's in robotics. 3 H's in robotics. Okay, so these 3 H denotes H for hand, then H for head, then again H for heart. Okay, so here H for hand means heart of the human hand of the human being is copied in the form of artificial way, just like a mechanical hand. Okay, the next one is H for head. It also the head of the human being is copied for intelligence. The next one is H for heart. Heart of the human being is copied for emotional. These are the 3 H's in robotics. So 3 H's means H for hand, H for head and H for heart. So H for hand means it is copied in the form of artificial way, that is mechanical hand. H for head means it is head of the human being is copied for intelligence. H for heart means heart of the human being is copied in the form of emotional. Okay, now motivation behind robotics. motivation behind robotics. Okay, so why we are going for robotics? Okay, in competitive world, we should achieve three things mainly, that is producing goods at low cost, then high productivity, then good quality. We have to achieve all these three things. So to achieve all these things together, we need automation. Okay, to achieve all these things we need automation. So we go for robotics. Okay, these are the motivation behind robotics. So to sustain in our competitive world, we need producing goods at low cost, high productivity and good quality. So to achieve all things we need automation. So we are going for robotics, concept of robotics. Okay, and then first robot was developed in the year 1954 by George Devil. Okay, so he is called as the father of robot. Okay, these are some introduction about robot and robotics. Then we are going to see about robot anatomy. So anatomy, what is anatomy? So anatomy, what is anatomy? It is a shape and form of human body. Same like robot also having different parts. Okay, so now we will see the structure of a simple robot. This is the base of the robot. This is the first link. We say it is link 0 and this is link 1. This is end effector. Then this is joint 1 and this is joint 2. Okay, so this is the simple structure of robot. So here first one is base. So here for base means if the robot wants to install in some particular position means it needs base. Okay, to fix the robot we need base. Okay, next one is link. So link is nothing but it connects the joints. Link is nothing but it connects the joints. Okay, it may be input link and output link. The next one is joint. It integrates two or more links. Okay, so these links they will integrate these links to provide controlled relative moment between input and the output link. Okay, so link means it connects the joints. Here we are having two joints, joint 1 and joint 2. So link is used to connect the joints. Okay, so joint, it integrates two or more links. Why they are integrating two or more links? To provide controlled relative moment between input and the output link. The next one is end effector. Okay, so end effector, it is the device at the end of the robotic arm which is shaped like a hand. Okay, so this end effector is used to perform different operation. It is used to perform different operation. This is about robot anatomy. So anatomy is nothing but it is the shape and form of human body, just like we are having different parts in robot also. So first we are having base, then link and joint, then end effector. Base means to fix the robot. To fix the robot in particular position, we need a base. Then next one is link. It connects the joints, input link and the output link. Then next one is joint. It integrates two or more links. And the last one is end effector. It is just like a hand which do the different operation. Now depending upon these links, we are having different types of joints. First one is linear joint, L joint. This is input link, this is output link. Okay, so linear joint, it is also known as L joint. So this type of joint allows a translational motion between the input and the output link with the axis of the link parallel to each other. Okay, so it allows motion between the input and the output link with the axis of the link parallel to each other. So that is linear joint or L joint. Next one is orthogonal joint. Orthogonal joint or otherwise known as O joint. So here this is the structure of orthogonal joint. This is input link, this is output link. Here in this structure we are having the axes of the links are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other, that is orthogonal joint. And the third one is rotational joint or joint. Okay, this is the structure of rotational joint or joint. This is input link and this is output link. So here in rotational joint or R joint, here the output link is moving like our human arms. Okay, that is rotational joint. And the fourth one is twisting joint. Fourth one is twisting joint. So this is input link and this is output link. Here this type of twisting joints allows the rotary motion with the axis of rotation parallel to the axis of input and the output link. Everything is parallel. Okay, movement is in parallel form. Okay, but it is in rotation, rotatory motion. Okay, then fifth one is revolving joint. This is input link and this is output link. Okay, so revolving joint means the input link is parallel to the rotational axis and the output link is perpendicular to the rotational axis. Okay, this is revolving joint. These are the different types of joints. First one is linear joint or L joint. So here in linear joint or L joint, these type of joints allows their translational motion between the input and the output link with the axis of the links parallel to each other. Next one is orthogonal joint. Here the axes of the links are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Then third one is rotational joint. Here it is in rotary motion, moves like our human arms. Next one is twisting joint. Here also rotatory motion only, but here the axis of rotation is parallel to the axis of input and the output link. Okay. Next one is revolving joint. So here the input link is parallel to the axis of the joint and the output link is perpendicular to the axis. Okay, these are the different types of joints. The next we are going to see robot configuration. Okay. So in robot configuration, in industrial robots are available in variety of sizes, shapes and physical configuration. So here, depending upon that, we are having different configurations. First one is polar configuration. First one is polar configuration. It is also known as spherical configuration. Okay, now I will draw the structure of polar or spherical configuration. This is the structure of polar or spherical configuration. So in polar configuration, we are having one linear joints and two rotary joints. Okay. So here I am denoting it as point 1, 2 and 3. So here third joint is linear joints and 1 and 2 is rotary joints. Okay. So here the work envelope of this robot is spherical shape. Work envelope of this type of robot is spherical shape. And here in spherical configuration robot, it is a simple design and it is a lightweight, then easy to program. Okay, and these types of configuration is used for forging purpose, then material transfer purpose, etc. Okay, these are about polar configuration or spherical configuration. The next one is cylindrical configuration. Next configuration is cylindrical configuration. This is the structure of cylindrical configuration. Okay. This is the structure of cylindrical configuration. And here you have joint 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. In cylindrical configuration, you are having one rotatory joint and two linear joint. Okay, one rotary joint and two linear joint, and work envelope of this type of configuration is cylindrical. Work envelope of this type of configuration is cylindrical. Okay, and this type of configuration type robot is mostly used in pick and place object. Pick and place object. And here it has good accuracy, and it also has the larger work envelope, and it is used and also it is used for material handling, then pallet transfers, etc. Okay, these are about cylindrical configuration. And the third one is Cartesian coordinates. So Cartesian coordinates, I will draw the structure of Cartesian coordinates. This is the structure of Cartesian coordinates. So in Cartesian coordinates, we don't have the rotatory joints. All are linear joints. This is the structure of Cartesian. This is the structure of Cartesian coordinate systems. This is joint 1 and 2, and this is 3. So here we are having 3 linear joints. No one is rotatory joints, all are linear joints. Okay, here the work envelope of this type of coordinate system is rectangular. These type of configurations is used for assembling purpose, surface finishing purpose, then for inspection, etc. Okay, so Cartesian coordinate system, it has 3 linear joints, and the work envelope of this type of coordinate system is rectangular, and also it is used for assembling purpose, surface finishing purpose, and also for inspection. Okay, next one is, fourth one is revolute or articulated coordinates. This is the structure of revolute or articulated coordinate system. So in revolute or articulated coordinate system, here we are having 3 rotational axes. That is, axis 1, it is a waist rotation. Then axis 2, shoulder rotation. Then axis 3, elbow rotation. Okay, these are the 3 axes. Okay, so here in revolute or articulated coordinate system, we are having 3 rotational joints only: axis 1, axis 2, and axis 3. Axis 1 is waist rotation, axis 2 is shoulder rotation, axis 3 is elbow rotation. Okay, and this type of robot is more flexible, and it has a larger work envelope. Okay, and it is used for automatic assembly, painting, welding, etc. Then fifth one is SCARA. It is a selected compliance assembly robot arm. Okay, this is the structure of SCARA type robots. Okay, so here in this type of robots we are having two rotational axes and one linear axis. Okay, so this type is linear axis, and here this joint and this one is rotational axis. Okay, these type of robots are inexpensive, and here the work envelope is cylindrical type. The work envelope is cylindrical. Okay, these are the different types of configuration systems. First one is polar configuration. So here we are having one linear joints and two rotary joints. The work envelope of these type of configuration is spherical, and also it is used for forging purpose, material transfer purpose, etc. Okay, next one is cylindrical configuration or coordinate system. So in cylindrical coordinate systems we are having one rotary joint, two linear joints, and the work envelope of these type of coordinate system is cylindrical. These type of robots are used for pick and place the object. Okay, and the third one is Cartesian coordinate system. So in Cartesian coordinate systems we are having three linear joints. All joints are linear. Okay, 1, 2 and 3, these all joints are linear. Then here the work envelope is rectangular. These type of robots are used for assembling purpose, surface finishing purpose and inspection purpose. Then fourth type of robot is revolute or articulated coordinate system. So here in these type of robots we are having all joints in the form of rotational form. It is called as axis 1, axis 2 and axis 3. So axis 1 is waist rotation, then axis 2 is shoulder rotation, and axis 3 is elbow rotation. So the work envelope of these type of robot is circular shape. Okay, and the fifth one is SCARA. So SCARA is nothing but selected compliance assembly robot. So here in these type of robots we are having two rotational axes and one linear axis. These type of robots are inexpensive, and the work envelope of these type of robot is cylindrical. That's all about robot configuration system. So now we have seen what is a robot, then what is robotics, and 3 H's in robotics. Then we have seen the motivation behind robotics and about the robot anatomy, that is the parts of robots. We have seen base, link, joint and end effector. We have seen what is base, what is link, what is joint and what is end effector. Then we have seen the types of joints, that is linear joints or L joint, then orthogonal joint or O joint, then rotational joint or R joint. The next one is twisting joint, and the last one is revolving joint. Then finally we have seen the robot configuration, that is different types of configuration: spherical configuration or polar configuration, then cylindrical configuration, Cartesian configuration, revolute or articulated configuration, and the last one is SCARA, that is selected compliance assembly robot. Thank you.